guest that's coming on to today, my friend, my brother, Kid Columbus. He'll be showing up, giving us some information about his new music. Can't wait. Here's a clip of some of his stuff that he's done already. Take a look.
Take a look.
In this world, look, and I said, tell me what to be. No, since the time I was that seed, I was destined to be in poverty and misery. Still, I'm gonna make a couple millions when I go. Remember me, flossing on my hoes, balling on my enemies. Oh, picture me, I'm smoking weed and sipping on that Hennessy. Brothers chilling on the yacht, my family playing on the beach. I'm getting paid up off the speak, so let this little nigga speak. See, my 40 is so big that it could knock you off your feet, but I've been trying to keep the peace. Will I? Should I? Have to blast my piece? Have to let my young dogs off the leash? They get to jumping like a flea. You catch a shot like a vaccine. Please tell me what you mean. They call me kid, but I do not play by my team. I seen it all, my nigga. Them people scheme. I know cash rules everything around me. It's for fuck ass people who try to hate, and all them niggas try to clown me. Now that I'm up, don't want you around me. I said, tell me what to be. No, since the time I was a seed, I was destined to be in poverty and misery. Still, I'm gonna make a couple millions when I go. Remember me? Flossing on my hopes, balling on my enemies. No, God bless me with the knowledge for the things that I ain't know, for the people I done killed, and for the things that I done sold, for the places I done went, and for the places I don't go.
Welcome back to the meetup, and we have my friend, my brother, my partner,
Kid Columbus. You already know it. 2Ds, man. Like Kid and Play, but I don't play though. Check me out.
And we back, and you got big things going on, big things happening in your life.
Appreciate you.
You know, we going to say, talk about that. Pointing to your finger. Something special happened this week, so I definitely want you to speak on that. But Kid, I worked with him with music. Worked on some songs with him. Some you've already been out, some you've already heard. But just give us a little spiel about what's going on in your life, and some celebrations you need to celebrate for sure.
Yeah, so I took a little hiatus. I think me and you did something 2023, maybe 22 into that. What is that?
Yeah.
Did it Tell Me What to Be, and we made some other songs too. They on the way out too. So I want people to know we got some things in the archive. But I got married this year.
Yeah.
Bless you. I was really focused. Thank you. We could edit in like a big applause. So I got married this year. That was really cool for me. Like this year was basically not as much as an artistry year as it was like growing as a person. Because I think that really impacts whether if you're trying to be Picasso or Beethoven, or if you want anything that goes with art, you got to kind of have your life together. I wouldn't say together, but like a schedule. Even if it's a bad schedule, and we done got some good art from that, So this is a scheduled life, and now I feel like I'm growing. 28, I'm turning 29 October 13th. Not hiding my wedding or hiding my age or certain things I feel like artists do, So
you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Happy
yeah.
birthday!
And we got a show October 11th before my birthday, so if y'all can check it out.
Yes, come on out, please.
So,
yes, we got some. We'll put some information up on the video, and we got a flyer here.
We have a flyer here, but we will insert it into this.
Yeah, and I was blessed and honored to sing at your wedding.
It did its thing.
As his beautiful wife came down down the aisle. It was a great wedding, great people, and the reception was good.
I was lit too. I ain't gonna say that, but he also ain't gonna say I cried, man. Real men cried too, man.
He definitely
she said,
cried.
"Meet me at the." He can sing better than me. I don't rap. Yeah. So that was a blessing, man. I think anyone that listens to this, especially from our environment, man, make you a family. However that goes, you need somebody that got your back, like Cairo Pratt.
Yeah.
I was just telling him I like our age group right now getting married because I feel like we, like you said, get your shit together.
Yeah. Like it just led to me getting my credit together. You know what I mean? Like I just dropped, not trying to put numbers out there. It's not nothing crazy, but 2,500, getting my credit back together, trying to get it to 800. Some stuff I had on, but it kind of pushes you to do that when you got responsibilities. Just like if you had a baby, you gotta make sure you got food and different things. So. You got somebody that depends on you. That's why that tax form is say the head of the household. Feel good when you got that now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm the head of the household. Got a dependent.
Yeah, you're right. It makes you step up to the plate. Like, these are the things I gotta buckle down and do, and as a man, or just as an adult, For sure. I
think society starts making a lot more sense too. Like, why do we do music? Like, or why do we do certain things? Like, I used to rap because it was an escape for the time in the hood or going to the army or doing whatever. I knew whenever I was feeling certain type of ways, I could go get a beat, you know what I mean, rap, and it would be like working out or doing something. Like all my emotions were kind of, I felt better afterwards, you know what I mean? So,
Definitely.
How did you know that you were ready to get married, and how did you know that she was the one that?
I think like depending on your sexual orientation and stuff, but in this case, my case, traditional way, a man, I'm the man. I knew like I had been through relationships and times where like, I wasn't being a man, I was being the boy. You know what I'm saying? Depending on other people to, I wanted to have my cow and what's it called? Dang.
You wanted to eat your cake and
I want to have my cake and eat it too. But that's another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want the cow, but what come with the cow? You want the milk, but you gotta take care of the cow type stuff. Not comparing girls to cows or nothing, but like I just knew I was responsible enough at that point. Now like, well, man, this isn't about to be like a joke. When I first talked to my wife and everything, going on the dates, doing the things the right way, and knowing like, I think the biggest thing, and people might feel it might be taboo or whatever, it's Jesus, man. I was going to church, and that's just what I model myself after, is trying to be a good Christian. So I think it helps with my music, with my interactions. Like today, they ain't gonna tell you I was a little late, but I got a good heart. I'm trying to do what I say I'm gonna do, and that's just what it comes down to. So when you got a woman, and we like to say nice things and fill them up with nice things, but we might not, capitalize on all the things that we're saying or actually come through with things that we're saying. So it just feels good. It's like when you say I'm gonna make my bed and you make your bed in the morning. You know what I mean? So that was me. Yeah. So that type. I said I'm gonna marry you, and I did. Check it out when you see it, baby.
I like that. I do. And how is you being an artist and you starting your family? How do you deal with that?
I think like this time, because I've been doing music probably since like 2014, since high school and stuff like that. I ended up going to the Army, so that was like my hiatus from music. Came back, did like 2-3 years straight, from like 2017 to like 2020 doing it. And then I tried to like get in the streets, sell drugs and stuff and doing it. So I've had my like ups and downs with artistry, or like being a rapper. I think it's specifically a rapper, because you'd be a country music star. It's gonna be a little bit different than being a rapper. So
but you can still get into those things.
Yeah, that drugs and all of that stuff. But it's kind of like more of like a love thing in country music. They always sing about I love my good. Rap is more like I fuck hoes and I get this, I get money. So just knowing like what it's okay to rap about what you're going through. You know what I mean? So when you're selling drugs and doing and stuff like that, it's okay to rap about that. But everyone grows. So some of your favorite artists, some of your favorite songs from some dudes that you think is just like killers, you know what I mean? They did that 5 years ago when they was in that environment, when they was going through prison, when they was going through things like that. That's what they was going through. Now they got kids, you know what I'm saying? You listen to some of their songs, now they might be a pastor, you don't even know. Like Project Pat, shout out Project Pat, but you know what I mean? But he was, man, growing up, I was selling dope, cooking dope, listening to cheese, dope, and the money, now he rapping about Jesus. So everyone grows, man, and a good characteristic of like a leader, your husband, rapper, stuff like that is like growth. Can you say I was wrong? I was wrong.
Yeah. No, that's it's I've seen you grow a little bit.
Appreciate
in your not just as a person, but even in your artistry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And y'all say
My bad, go ahead.
I feel like you carry yourself very well.
Appreciate you.
I've seen you speak up, change, and I definitely appreciate.
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
For real, it means a lot to me. I think that's the whole thing. Is like, when you start doing it just for money or doing whatever, I think fans can keep you accountable, or not just like fans, supporters. What is a fan? A fan is a fanatic. They want to learn everything about you. Why do people want to do that? Because maybe you're doing something that they see that they can do. So if I was just doing perks all the time and now I can box and work out, then you could do it too. You know what I'm saying? If I was, being in the streets, but now I'm in church, then you could do that too. You know what I mean? If I was just out here being at strip clubs and, having groupies and stuff, and now I got a beautiful wife and I'm being loyal, then you could do it too. I think that's the human. That's the everyone can feel that. Yeah, exactly. The underdog.
Right.
Always rooting for the underdog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. Why is in the rap, in that culture, I know we go through it, but why is that always glorified? Why are those going glorified? Not even the way, like sometimes it is telling a story, but sometimes it's encouraged to shoot up, to do drugs, to party, to instead of I know it's a release as a hobby, but sometimes I feel like there should be more music that's encouraging people, and I don't see that a lot anymore.
I feel like that's a multifaceted, that's a multi-layered obviously question, but also like there's multiple factors that go into that. And I know I just want to put it on the record. I'm happy with my life. You know, I love my life, not considering no suicide, no crazy stuff like that. So when I divulge this to y'all, you know what I'm saying? But you know, there's higher powers at play here. You know, like the manager of Taylor Swift, his son is the manager of Ice Spice. You know what I mean? So it's really at the end of the day, people want to get paid. So how they can become friends overnight, or how do they, you know what I'm saying? Like people are, you know, it's been shown, especially in capitalism, like just because innovation, you know, millions of views, billions of views, whatever, doesn't always mean it's morally correct. So they got agendas. It is entertainment. It's like what we're doing is entertainment. So if the NFL doesn't want to lose shareholders or do whatever, you know, they're gonna say like, this is what we do. So if, you know, they're giving somebody, this is what I think, somebody $100 million or $1 million, then they have a lot of investment in that, and they want to get their money back. In the industry, you can get 70% of your money back, like more. You know what I'm saying? Of like of your gross of what you're making. So they don't care if it's, you know, conscious or whatever. You know, they care about what can we say. Like McDonald's don't care if it's healthy. They care like, does your kid like it?
Yeah.
Is it addictive? Will they keep doing it again and again?
Coming back? Yeah, you're right.
And like being like a Christian rapper, because I do like rapping about God. I'm spiritual. I wouldn't say I'm just necessarily a Christian rapper, but like God has influenced me in so many ways in my music and stuff. But does that always sell as well? You know, do people go to churches that feel good and they give you, you know, food and money and stuff, or do you go to church that say you're living wrong? Fix what you're doing. Don't come in here with your hat, you know. I'm not saying that's a life, you know, people smoke weed and stuff, but there's reasons why we do these things, you know what I mean? And for the longest, I feel like people forget this. The Bible was the #1 selling book, first of all, in of the history of humankind, but some people didn't even know how to read nothing else but the Bible. You know, in the 50s and stuff, they would just like quote Deuteronomy and that's
why there's so many references
Psalms,
to the Bible in so many different
songs. They would know it in there. So using it for that type of thing, like, I think it's kind of like we're in that era now, how the scribes were. You see, like back in the day, where like everybody's fighting in medieval time and stuff, and these guys are taking Latin and, you know, switching it so people can understand the words. It's kind of what we're doing in music, you know. But you also can glorify evil stuff, just like there's people doing satanic things and doing stuff like that, but still perverting the word and using the stuff. I think that's what's kind of what is happening. You know what I mean? Like we're feeling like we got freedom, but like, you know, you don't really have a lot of freedom. And that's a big thing that was said too. I'm gonna get off this and get to the next question. I know I got a lot of time, but like, you know, do we remember gladiators' names? You know, everybody that entertained us. You know, maybe Spartacus, and that's a movie. You know what I'm saying? But like all these dudes making hella, you know, money back in the day too. As a gladiator, you made money, but they were the first superstars. They were. Nobody remembers none of these dudes' names. It's entertainment, you know? So, like, you know, 200 years ago, the dudes that was making music then, do we remember their names? Do we talk about them? It's just entertainment. So, like, I think your mark isn't necessarily, like, the songs or the things that you make. It's, like, how do you you know, how do you give back to the community? People? And stuff. So, like, maybe the music, it might change. It might be a different rapper, might do, but, like, Sam Cooke, you know, or like songs like that, that gave back to the community, you know. When it comes
to open somebody's mind, to make somebody think differently.
Like NWA and all that,
that's a beautiful thing to give back, to make somebody think different, because just giving out pointless music to make people become more like zombie, it's just weird to me.
A business, though.
Like
I feel like the first people, you know, if you know the McDonald's brothers. Oh, God, I don't say the last name. She tried to do that.
No, what I was saying is for few years ago we had like XXX, and what's his name?
XXX.
And the other guy, Little Uzi.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was a rap of music that was like dark.
Yeah.
And there was like kids who felt like that.
Yeah.
And it was bringing a whole bunch of emotions out. But yes, those kids had those emotions in them. They just now have artists.
Yeah.
That was expressing how they felt. So
like
they
Juice
felt.
WRLD.
Yes. But then we all say what happened to, like, I don't know. I feel like those artists are needed because there are kids like that.
Yeah.
So they can feel like, okay, I don't know. Like, there are someone like me out there.
Yeah, representing themselves. They could see somebody, just like you need black Barbie dolls. Or you
right.
Need, but then
the growth that you spoke about earlier as to where, when you went from being...
trap, quote unquote.
Yeah, to now to where you are. So it should be always be like the growth of it. So they
Right.
see themselves but then later on that artist hopefully one day can grow and be like, I used to do this, but now.
And it's the slippery slope for the things, and I ain't trying to cut it, I just want to interrupt because it's a very important thing, I think, is that we need to stop idolizing people and know that they're people. That's kind of what I was getting at, like, back before he was doing so. He's just a...
No, that's great conversation, great topic.
Yes, sir.
So I know you not just sitting and dilly-dallying and just, pussyfooting around. So, tell us about your new project. Tell us about music. Tell us about new performances. I want you to go in, give us everything. Give us the good stuff.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. So I just came out with the Columbus Kid. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. So I think it was really important for me to kind of give y'all the vibes of like the music that we can make. I feel versatile, so I can make fun music. I can make serious music, kind of like the topics we was talking about, but also like, sometimes we just want to go work out. We want to go run. We want to go do stuff. I can do things like that. And then now we're having a show that's coming up October 11th. We will be at Classics Victory. Shout out to Toothy. Classics Victory, October 11th. We got tickets on pre-sale and ready to go for $20. So hit me up or get with Denzel and we can get y'all together. And then I got another project coming out. I ain't gonna tell y'all the title reveal yet, but no, I got like 10 more songs on it. Denzel's actually on another track. I think some of the songs that me and Denzel made together are some of my best artwork, and I took a lot of time to release them and put a lot of time in it because these are thousands of dollars worth of songs when it comes to the beat, actual vocals. These aren't YouTube songs, so I think that's exciting stuff. But this is going to be my year, 2025. I'll be going into it with my label. We have our own studio now, so if y'all need recording, if y'all want to do podcasts, if you want to take professional photos like myself, y'all can hit me up. And I'm always looking for new acts or people that want to get in on some songs. I'm giving out free features right now as I grow my brand, so
yes, if you got talent.
If you got talent, that's important.
If you got talent.
Yeah, you gotta be able to sing, man, be able to rap, man.
It's been a great experience working with this guy. My friend Josh Deladigo, shout out to him. Hit me up, is like, hey, bro, my boy Marcus Kid Columbus, he leads somebody that sing on his hooks. I came through. He went to
killed it. Was that Josh? Southwest Studios. Big shout out Southwest Studios. Yes. He knows who he is. He's basically like my mentor when it comes to like setting up my LLC, setting up all of my trademarks and everything. And I encourage y'all to do that too. If you want to get paid for music, you gotta have your publishing, and you want to sign yourself to your own publishing company. Unless you got a big like distribution deal with like Columbia or maybe a little artist that got a distribution deal.
Protect your music.
Yeah, protect your stuff. You got any more questions to it? Got some questions. I got a little bit of time, so I ain't trying to rush them, man. We'd have had a little longer.
But no. So tell people what to expect at these performances. What you give, the energy you give,
yes,
the energy that we give. Yeah, I'm excited.
But what I really focus on is live, man. I'm not like a, I recorded the song and I'm just gonna play my vocals over. Like I'm gonna have a performance track where maybe there's like some ad libs in the back, but y'all are listening to my actual vocals right there. The energy you get is gonna be from there. It's not like I'm just letting the song play and I'm dancing, And then I said live singers, people that come in and actually grab the mic and know how to sing. And then like as we grow and get better and I get more funds, live perform like live instruments, live drum. I love doing that. That's some of my favorite things to do is rap with a live drum over my stuff, or like live guitar, or just choreographers. If y'all look at my music videos and things like that, like we got a lot going on. We make it into where it's an experience, not like I just got there last second and just threw on my track and was like, DJ, play it. So and I know there is times
work ethic.
Yeah, work ethic. Rehearsals. Doing this stuff the right way. So like even with him, like we have a performance track, and like so when went in there, I'm thinking before I even drop it, like how does this sound when I perform live? So I think that's what I think rapping for sure is a live thing, man. It's not like other other forms of entertainment. Like you have to be, it's kind of like wrestling, you got to be able to do it on the fly.
And and people, it's important to, when people hear your words and hear what you're saying and like actually connect and vibe with what you're saying.
You can switch it up, put a little, shout out. You see somebody in the orange or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
It feels good when people know your lyrics and they shouting out.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best thing ever. Like some songs, certain songs, especially when it's your crowd, like you know, they'll say your songs back, and that just makes you feel great. And if it's 3 people or 30 people, it's great. But you know, we at that beginning stage, like this is gonna be Hex show. Big shout out Hex, but I get to open up for him. Toofy put me on, so it's gonna be Hex crowd. But I'm hoping that I'm so good with my craft, and I put so much time into my craft that these people came out to see Hex, and they'll remember who I am, and then also go out and, you know, mingle with the crowd. And I don't think I'm better than anyone in this music industry. I'm just trying to make my own lane
and just enjoy it and love it.
Exactly, and be blessed to even be on a podcast. You know, for people to even want to ask about what I got going on or what happened, that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about performing?
I think, like, you know it's a good song, like, especially as artists, it's hard, like, to have something, you know, in your head and like, man, this will really be good, and I know people will like this, and then actually get that to the stage. And how many people told you, like, oh, this ain't this, or do this beat, or do this, and you're like, nah, I know what I'm doing, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I feel like is good, is being true to yourself, like, at the rawest form, and then it actually be good. And sometimes it don't be good, you know, it be like that, or like, I think it really just is about your confidence, obviously talent, but like with me, it's like drinking and smoking and drugs. Like, I always do good when I'm sober. I don't have to be high or drunk, but for whatever reason in rap, you know, people want to get drunk and get high, and I also do good there, but you know, it's more of a release than it should be like a crutch. So going there and saying, man, I've been going through this. My mom was a stripper. My mom had me at a young age. I've been in gangs. I done been arrested, all this. And my story meant something to have a tough dude in the back. Right. You know, when you come out, he had little tears in his eyes, you know what I'm saying, crying and stuff. And, you know, it hit him so hard. Like, when we hear those good songs, like, you go to church and it hits you. I think that's the best thing. Not really necessarily, like, the money or everything, which that's good, and everybody needs to make a way for themselves. But really, like, man, people appreciate you. Everyone feels good. Like, it feels good to be appreciated, like, you know. And one day y'all gonna have it with the podcast too. People gonna be lining up as the comments gonna make you go, man, I remember where we was at doing the podcast, and we was putting a lot of work, and you know, we made this happen to where we can go and make money from it, but also like change things. You really are making a change. It just takes a handful of people in the world to change the whole world, you know. So you got 4 or 5 good people. Blessings. I think you can change the whole world. Honestly.
Thank you for those words, brother.
Yes, sir.
And tell people your where we social media.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's Kid Columbus, you know, kid with 2 D's, like big titties though. I hope it's a good crowd for that. But kid with, you know, like kid and play, but I don't play. So basically on Instagram is the Kid Columbus, like it's the Ohio State. So THE Kid KIDD Columbus, and that'll be on Facebook the same, Kid Columbus on Facebook, on TikTok. Kid Columbus. Look me up on YouTube, Kid Columbus. You know, if you can find Michael Jackson, you can find
We'll
me.
drop it up in the description.
Appreciate y'all.
And then also on YouTube, he has some videos. Check him out. Check him
subscribe.
out.
Hit that subscribe so we can keep monetizing and getting paid. Like, you know, I still work normal jobs and do normal things. So every time that y'all view, or every time y'all hit a subscribe, or y'all go on Spotify, Apple, anywhere, and y'all go ahead and listen or become listeners, I get paid from that so we can continue to make good music. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Brother.
You know, thank you so much, man. I see you.
Have Kid Columbus on the show today, showing love, taking out the time to come to the meetup and getting to know us and telling his music. This is what the meetup is about, is just showing love and showing what young people are doing, artists are doing in Columbus. We're gonna have many more people inviting us in Columbus, doing big things that and putting them out there, because a lot of people don't know what's going on, what people are doing. So it's great. But moving on, we're going to get into some of our topics. So Kalu, tell us what our topics are today.
Yeah, like our topic for today was getting your life together so you can be able to do the things that you want to do. Like earlier, a kid talked about he had to, in order for him to be able to focus on his music and his things that he's doing, like consistency now, he had to get his life together. He had to, you know, get married. He had to get married and be in a relationship. All that helped him with his credit score. So he's able to, like, be at peace with his home while he hustle with his music. So the topic is certain things that you may want to start looking at, you know, on this journey in life, or to, you know, actually look into
better yourself financially,
Yes.
or as an adult,
Different goals
moving
to set
forward,
for
different goals
yourself.
for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way you can achieve, like, for example, right? He took a break, not a break, I can say, but he stepped away from music for a second, right? Because we all kind of did. What happened then? COVID kind of happened. We all stepped away from the things that
Changed
we
a
were
lot.
doing. It changed a lot. So now he's in this space. In with that space, like after you have a reset, what happened after the reset?
Yeah.
Like, that's the conversation. What happened after a reset? You have a reset pump, and then you come back. When you come back, you have to build yourself back up, breaks by breaks.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build yourself back up. And sometimes the way we build ourselves back up, we have to be careful of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we just allow everything and anything into what we and God has been working through, it can go left or right. So when he said that he had to, like, stop for a second and work on his life,
because he had to see it. He wanted things to change.
Yes.
So he had to start doing things
that
would
make the change.
That would make
happen.
the change. And
Yes.
it's tough. It's tough in that life, trying to transition. Growing up with so many different people from school or from college or just family members, and seeing them grow up, like even like kid, and seeing their traditions, it was definitely different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
Is where I felt like I had to. I'm the one everybody leaned on, so I had to do that. Where
Mm-hmm.
other kids are just like were more selfish. Other people were more selfish, and it was more about them, more
Mm-hmm.
about let me do my life, and I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm not, and I'll don't care of the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing that, and just knowing that everybody has that moment in time where they,
Mm-hmm.
I want to do something different. I want to see something different.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things I need to do to make my life be different?
Mm-hmm.
I want my life to look like this.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do that?
Routine, scheduling. He also said that that's what he had to do, so certain things need to happen at a certain time,
Right.
so his life can be a little bit easy. And sometimes it's not like the big life changes. It could be the little thing that you start doing consistently to say, okay, I want my life to be better. And I feel like it start with you. If it's going to bed a little bit early, then you start.
Yeah.
You start by doing that.
Yeah, just changing your eating habits, changing your sleeping habits,
Mm-hmm.
changing, not going out so much,
Yes.
going out less,
Yes.
cutting out certain habits.
habits.
Mm-hmm.
You don't always have to, like, when going through my reset, I went through what I went through, but then when at a certain point, I started, like, going out a little bit. To me, it was a lot because I was the girl that don't go places.
Yeah.
Then now I'm going out every month. Like,
I'm sorry.
that's a lot.
She said every month. I was like, I thought she was like every week, but she said
No.
every month. And you lived in Vegas,
Yeah.
so you could have went out.
I could have went out. And that's the thing, though. People feel like because I was in Vegas, I feel like people have this thing where they feel like I'm a wild child. Because I do, like, what I'm on. So they feel like I just be out there doing the most. And I don't really be out there doing the most.
There wasn't a time in your life where you was doing the most?
No.
No, I feel like there was a time in your life where you was just
No,
like,
I've always been cool. Like, I've never been doing the most. I want to do the most. Sometimes I want to, but my personality won't let me.
No, I feel that.
So that's just that. Like, people be like, oh, why don't you do this a little bit more? And I'm like, you don't even understand. I can't do that because all parts of me, I feel like, would be icky because it's just not me.
Yeah.
So my personality is just like, what you see, like, is what you get. I feel like I'm funny and all that, but I'm not wild. People think I'm wild.
You're not vanilla.
What's that?
Oh, it's just like bland. Like,
Yeah, I'm not bland.
Yeah, you got a little flavor.
Definitely.
You got a little flavor.
I'm spicy.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
see, it's It looks the right people to bring it out of me. I'm not out here girls go wild. I'm not that.
Yeah, you classy. You
Yeah,
classy.
I'm a lady.
You classy.
Very much.
You classy, but
Look,
you
you
can get
see,
a little trash.
trashy. Look how I'm sitting. I'm a lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody can get a little trashy.
She's a lady.
Ooh,
She's a lady.
Okay,
I don't know
sorry.
what song that is, and I'm probably that's the wrong
And I'm all.
beat. Yeah, I'm definitely off too.
Alright, so this is back to the conversation.
No, but
So yeah.
So in part of your in your reset, what is one thing, you know, in your journey of growing up and being a woman? What was one thing that you set in your mind that you had to change, and what was the hardest thing that you had to change? That really was like, okay, I need to stop doing this because in order for me to move on my next chapter, or in order for me to see what I want to be or who I want to be in my life, I have to give this up. Have you came to that
Yes.
point in your life, and do you mind telling us what it was, or tell us, at least give us how you felt in that moment, giving that up, or having to giving that up?
One, okay, there's two things I feel like, and the other one I haven't given it up yet, which I need to, because I feel like that's number one, and God's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, that's number one. Yeah. That's automatic number one, and then number two is just like different voices, being able to hear my own voice and be able to hear God's voice versus like other people's voice. Like, I don't know, like when I took a reset or whatever, I literally went super still, meaning like this is just me and my mother and just me and my parents. Mm-hmm. There was like I felt like I didn't feel safe, so I needed to feel like I love my people, I love my circle, I love my friends, but I feel like I needed to just like stop for a second because I felt disappointed. To be honest, I felt disappointed in myself. I felt like I wasted my time. I felt disappointed in myself. So I couldn't really be able to hear other people's voice. I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to hear God's voice, and I wanted to hear my voice, and I wanted to be still, and I wanted to stay focused on what it is that I want, and not just like what it is other people want me to do. Because I was getting a lot of.
So you got to give up other people's voices.
Yes.
What your mom wanted, what your dad wanted, what
yes.
your sisters or your brothers wanted,
yes.
what your friends wanted. Yeah. What
yes.
you wanted. You know, it was what you and God wanted. This
yes.
is when you. Yeah, I can relate to that. That's something that I'm still dealing with. Just letting it go of what other people think and actually living my life for me. You know, and that's still because when you growing up, and we talked about this in the last podcast, I think, we have a lot of moments where you as a kid, you live to please your parent, please people, and I was always wanting to make sure my mom was okay, make sure my mom was alright. So her opinion is a big thing to me. It does matter. But as a man, I had to realize, this is my life, and I have to live it the way I want to.
Mistakes, bad, everything is myself, yours to own.
Yeah.
Whatever, and sometimes it's hard. That part is hard to understand, but I feel like everybody has a point of view as to what you see and what you go through, and to me, I needed to go through that. Yeah. And like I said, even when I did, there was like going through me saying going out every month or whatever, every other month. I've never been the kind of girl to go out. So like I'm trying to figure out myself. But then one thing about me being me, I can always check who I am. And the goal is it was January 20. I said for my birthday, I'm going to start a podcast. I have planned this. I don't care. I wasn't going to do nothing else. Yeah. It was like, do you want to go to this? Do you want to go to that? No. Do you know? Like, this is a goal that I want to set, and that day we set the goal and we achieved the goal. Because of that day, we're still able to do this. So I needed to like shut every.
And that was where it started. And you had a bunch of feelings that day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things was trying to fight against your mind
Mm-hmm.
to even start before we even started the podcast. And I had to be like, wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna be
We
happy.
gonna be
This
happy.
is your birthday.
Moment
We
right here,
gonna-
and this is what we choose to do.
Yeah.
And because of that moment we choose to do, we are here.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
this is
Exactly.
ours.
Right.
That wasn't ours then, but we made this ours.
Yeah, we started from that, which was really nice. We
Yeah,
started off nicely.
we started off nicely.
And then we went to the kitchen.
Yeah, we got a little rocky there, but
Then we
nobody
came
else
back.
saw what we saw.
Yeah. Because
We
don't
got
nobody got to see the vision. That's why you don't tell everybody
No.
your vision. Because not everybody
shut
need to
everybody
see your
else
vision.
out except for us too.
Yeah, it's okay to share, but just know that people are going to say they're
Yes.
not going to see it. And that's okay, because if you, even Jesus in his own, where he lived, he
His
couldn't
ministry.
perform too many miracles.
Yes.
Because they only see him as
Jesus the
Jesus
carpenter.
the carpenter, or Jesus was playing
Uh-huh.
out with
The
with
little
Joseph.
kid.
You know,
Yeah.
whatever it was. It was, they didn't see him as a actual savior, you know? But he knew the vision. He knew what he is be confident. That's one thing that you need to change in moving and being an adult, is be confident in
And
who
who
you
you
are.
are. Take up space. Like, you're here. Hello.
Yeah, be-
Sorry.
No, you don't have to. See, don't apologize for who you are. She
I can
has
be loud
outbursts all the
sometimes.
time. Sometimes I'm just sitting there reading, and she shouts.
It's a little confident booster.
But that's okay, because that's who she is. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. She,
Yeah,
when you
make
know
those
she gonna get
voices.
turned, she know how to turn up the, get hype.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah.
get back to doing what we're doing.
Yeah,
But yeah, so because of the choices that you make and what you choose to do, allow you to literally do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I appreciate when this topic, like what to do, I guess after recess or when you get your life together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one that I had to do was like fear and worry. It's like thinking I couldn't, like I always worried that I wouldn't be able to do it. And then when I finally did, I'm like, why was I so nervous about doing this?
In the first place.
I know I'm capable.
Yes.
I know I'm capable. Why am I nervous about this? And again, it comes back to not disappointing everybody else. Because if I fail, if I mess up, I look bad. And then what does that mean? Instead of being like, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to do the wrong things. I'm going to do something illegal. I might, I might lose my job. I'm not speaking these things in my life, but I'm just saying
It
things
happens.
Don't dwell on it.
Yes.
Because
It's life.
It's life, and it don't mean that
It
they don't make
change you.
Yeah, what you've done or what has been done to you don't define you. Don't define who you are. You can still be great. You can still be amazing, even if you have a setback. And that's just the enemy and just negative spirits trying to tell you different. Keep pushing forward. Keep being who you want to be. Keep reaching for those goals. Keep living life, because God got something greater. If you hold on, God got something greater. He got something where you've been like, oh, that's why I went through that. Oh,
Yes.
that's why I struggled so much, because I was
Yes.
waiting to get to this point in my life
Yes.
when I was ready.
Yes.
And when you're ready, God will give it
God
to
will
you.
do it for
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
So take time for yourself. Take time. That's why I said the last episode, I'm glad that we're patient with one another. Because we have been, like, nobody else knows what we've been through except for us.
Yes.
And,
the
and we
powers
just-
that be has been trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we laugh about it, like, all the time. In every episode, we get better and betterer. And
She been saying, you don't understand, she been saying that this whole time. She's
Yes.
like, better and better.
So I love that for us, and I love the fact that we're like getting more comfortable and we're having new friends, and like I love the fact that we're reaching like random people.
Yeah,
I love that for us.
I get messages where people want, hey, I want to come on the show. You know, I got this going.
Come
yes,
on.
if you guys, we just not inviting people to just sit on. You know, no. If you got something going on, if you got something that you want to tell the world about, if you got something that you got something to say, you doing something in life. Come
like
on.
an infomercial.
What's that one? You know, he's like, you sit in your couch, you ain't doing nothing. You know,
come to the meetup.
Right.
But you have to say you want to do something to come to the meetup.
Yeah.
Not just sit on your couch and say, I want to do something.
I just want to talk, you know, show us something, you know, if you got a business, if you got some music, if you got a show that you coming up with, whatever you're doing, we want to
life. We just want to have a conversation.
Yes, we tell people about it because that's what it's about. Because Columbus is filled with artists, talented people that got stuff going on, but they just need a platform, and we're willing to be that platform.
Yes.
We're willing to be that platform. Please, come on.
Yes.
Let us know. Comment, subscribe.
Yes, don't forget to do that. Comment, subscribe, share, invite people to come. We like new friends, you know. Let us know what you like so far. If you've been here for a second, we do appreciate you guys. If you stumble across us, don't forget to stay. We like new friends, and we are a vibe, and we like to, you know, touch people who are vibes.
Yes. We like I said, we want to know more. We want to, if you want to see something, if you want to just share your feelings, we always are welcome to leave something in the comments.
Yes.
Because we're always looking.
Yes, we appreciate you guys so much for watching and coming back, and we will be consistent. Yeah. We're gonna keep doing that because that's what we do.
That's what
Sorry.
That's what she do. Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Be who you are.
Be who you are. And he keeps telling me because every time when I burst out like that, I say sorry because I feel like other people are not used to me just like randomly I'm like a child in a way, but the adult in me needs to keep in charge at all times. So the adult in me...
No, it just makes me feel good because it's like, okay, she feels comfortable enough to let that other person
comes out. Yeah. I was telling him on Friday at work, I wanted, not Friday, but Thursday, I wanted to skip all day because I was excited to be recording this on Friday. And it was podcast day, but I couldn't just skip because I'm in the hospital with an adult hospital. But yes, it's a kid hospital. It's just, so I would skip when nobody's looking, but I just wanted to skip. And I kept saying, I want to skip. Like, when I get excited.
You know, like skip, like,
like actual skips. Like, when I get excited, that's what I like to do. And then when I get super excited, I burst out into little characters.
Sing. I thought you was like singing.
Oh no, sometimes I do that too. Little lyrics and stuff. It's a lot.
Like it's like an own musical. Like you burst out. In your mind, is there a bunch of people behind you dancing?
Yeah.
Hey, I like.
In my mind, there's a lot of people doing. I still do that
sometimes. I'll be like, or just like.
Yeah, that's why. You know? And when I seen her skipping, I was like, I was walking with my mom because I work with my mom. So, she was skipping with her mom. So when I seen her, I was like, I told my mom I've been wanting to skip all day. So I just started skipping.
So wait, you didn't see the girl and then like, I want to start skipping.
No. All day.
So that was a sign. That was just God saying,
telling me
go
to
ahead,
do what
skip.
you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
Right. Instead of being
somebody else, like I told you earlier, somebody else would have wanted to skip with you.
Right. It's like I'm an adult in the kid hospital. like walking with my mom. And I did, and she lets me, sorry. She lets me do these things.
That's good. She don't stop
Yeah, she doesn't stop me. But the girl was working with her mom, and then literally it was a song, because all that, I was excited to do this. The podcast. So, like, when I'm excited to do stuff, like, with the podcast, like, all day I'd be looking forward to it, and it was my off day, too, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was outside today messing with my chicken coop in my cage, and I was like, kept looking at the time, like, is it ready for the podcast? Like, I gotta make sure I'm ready for the podcast. Yeah, so
it's exciting.
Yeah.
It is. We're looking forward to actually doing this. I like that for us.
Yeah.
And hopefully you like that for us and you keep coming back.
Yes, keep coming back. And thank you guys for sitting with us, meeting up with us, and letting us take up your time.
Yes.
And come to the meetup.
Come to the meetup.
Coming to the meetup.
Coming to the meetup.
Yes. Enjoy your love you
Enjoy your
guys.
day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel like